Hi, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Nespeakiw Wednesday show. Today's episode is all about learning English through spelling. And we're going to talk a lot about spelling bees. Do you know what a spelling bee is? Comment in the YouTube comments if you know what it is. And we're going to dive really deep into that. I'm lucky today. I'm joined by a coordinator of a spelling bee and winner of a spelling bee. Serene K is coordinator at the American Corner Bishar at the University of Bishar, Tahri Mohammed, who has coordinated spelling bees in Algeria. We had spelling bee competitions at each one of our American corners, and then we had a final Algeria national competition here in Algiers, where all of the winners came and competed. And we have with us today one of our winners. So Mohammed Wadi
Hello.
Arhab is our Algeria National Spelling Bee champion. Welcome, you guys, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank
Hello,
you.
everyone.
So today we'll dive into learning English through spelling. But first, what is a spelling bee? Share with us.
Okay, so I might go first. First things first is hello, everyone, and Ramadan Mubarak. So for a spelling bee, I guess for those of you who don't know, it's a worldwide competition that is mainly famous in the US, if I'm not mistaken, right, Megan?
That's
Yeah,
right.
so it's a really big thing in the US, but and it started to like a lot of people are interested in that in Algeria recently. So a spelling bee is basically a competition where a bunch of words are given to contestants in different rounds, and the level of difficulty keeps on getting higher. And basically, the contestants have to spell each word to be able to go to the next round.
Great. Excellent. That's exactly right. It's a competition. Everybody's coming up. You're given a word and then you spell it on the spot. Wadi, any additions? What is a spelling bee?
Well, actually, I have seen the spelling bee like a good competition for me. Well, if I will do my personal review about it, well, it was actually good. They give us something better, like a better way to learn English by spelling, which I find it good, by the way. And well, actually, it was fun. It was really fun, actually.
That's great. And then tell us a little bit about the process. So what was it like to coordinate the spelling bees in Algeria?
Okay, so first thing is that we started planning this a while back, like back in June 2021. We started to plan for this because a lot of people don't know this, but it's actually the first national edition. There were spelling bees before in Algeria, but they were only regional. I know that there was one in Algiers, there was one in City, Figueira, I guess, but it's the first edition in Algeria, a national competition. So basically, it's a lot of planning, especially that we had the semifinals in 5 different wilayas or cities. We had the semifinals in Algiers, Oran, Wirgla, Bashar, and Constantine. And it's really hard to, plan an event with a lot of moving parts, but it was really fun. I think the key to this is basically planning way beforehand. And something that is very important, you never know all the rules of a spelling bee. You always have to go watch YouTube videos, read a lot of guides about the spelling bee. There's a lot to learn about it to be able to organize it and transmit the message to the contestants, because we can say that it's something new in Algeria. And even though the contestants were very interested, they didn't know about everything. So we had to make research, plan everything, and yeah.
Wonderful. Well, let's show our viewers a clip of an example of a spelling bee so we know what we're talking about and how cool it is that you guys coordinated this and competed. We'll give them a little bit of a sneak peek. So we're going to take a look at an example of every year there's a national spelling bee in the United States as well. And it's a competition. It gets broadcast to television, and there's youth and adult categories. So let's take a look at a clip of a past winner of a U.S. spelling bee.
Will declare you the 2021 Scripps National Spelling Bee champion. The word is Maria. It's a genus of tropical Asiatic and Australian trees having pinnate leaves and flowers with imbricated petals. Maria.
Maria. Does this word contain like the English name Murray, which could be the name of a comedian, or just an English name in general?
I don't see that here. Bill Murray made the spelling bee.
Maria.
It tells you she's on the right track, though.
Wait, what is the name Trojan?
It's formed in Latin from a Swedish name.
Maria. Murraya.
That is correct.
And there's your chance. The holder of 3 Guinness World Records, and now the 2021 National Spelling Bee winner, Aila Avant-Garde from Harvey, Louisiana. The first champion from that state.
There is an example of a spelling bee winner. What was it like to be on the stage like that, competing?
Well, when I was competing in the stage, you all know that I was very stressed. I was also happy. And yeah, when I have won the spelling bee competition, I was like, it was a very honorable thing to me. When I was in the stage, it was very good. I was very happy actually. And yeah, it was a good time. Maybe the best time of my life.
Wow, that's wonderful. And tell us about what was your secret to success? How did you prepare?
Well, actually, about the secret to my success, first of all, I did the I have like some confidence about myself. I was having some self-confidence. It really helped actually. And I was like preparing the papers that you give it to us, like from November. So I checked the new list and the old list as well. And I trained myself like to keep the words on my mind. I was having like some difficulties, like when I spell like a word with I mostly say the letter I like E, because the French pronunciation was like E for the I letter. So the secret to success in spelling bee, you have to always check the lists to know what you have to know what you have to see in yourself, because there is some problems that people don't see actually if they do this list just one time.
I bet. And I bet that difference too of learning the different pronunciations between French and English is, that's tricky and important to learn. So really good job.
Thank you. We needed also the focus in the letter E also. I needed all the focus I got. So when I was spelling the word in the stage, a part of my brain say, "Hey, Widya, don't pronounce the E like I. And yes, it works.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Wow. And then also to point out to all of our viewers, Atef, the winner of the adult category for the Algeria National Spelling Bee, is with us in the comments to cheer
Yes.
for Widya. So a
Thank
big
you.
congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
And Widya, how did you first get into spelling? How did you first start getting into this?
Well, like the competition or the whole spelling concept?
The whole spelling concept.
Well, actually, the whole spelling concept begins to me in a funny way, because when I was writing some productions in my class, I found that the spelling was really fun actually. So I trained myself like from 2 years past, and this summer I didn't have anything to do, like because I just went from the fourth year of college to high school. So I said, why not? I will upgrade my level in English. And I will not lie to you. I didn't do the spelling in a big amount, but actually I have seen some movies, and I was like training my pronunciations. And yeah, I found that the spelling was also upgrading. So it was a really good expression.
Wow, just really good job. And I think
Thank you.
such a good example of how this is a good way to learn English
Yes,
is practice
yes,
spelling.
yes. Practice spelling also helps in English. I try it, and by the way, it's one of the most good ways to have a good level in English. Also in vocabulary, because when you spell something, when you write it, you don't have to do like faults. And yes, it's really helpful.
And we also have a question in the comments. So from Munir, what is spelling?
Well, actually, what is spelling? First of all, it's obvious. They give you a word, and you try to mention the letters
Divide
that
it.
contains. Sorry?
Yes, it just said you take the word and you try to divide it into letters. For example, just take a very easy word, for example, cat, the word cat. So to spell the word cat, it's C-A-T, cat. This is basically spelling.
Okay.
English is tricky because there's a lot of words that aren't spelled the way they sound.
That's true.
That's what makes it some of the fun to compete and to spell different words.
That's true.
Yes, all the time they was warning us to always asking for definition, because when you listen like spell the word well, it can be W-I-L-L or W-E-I-L, so you have to have the definition. It's really tricky, actually.
Absolutely. Spelling is hard for even me, a native English speaker, so it's something we can always practice and work on to improve our skills, our writing and reading skills. Serene, you saw a lot of different people, compete and practice. What do you think is a secret to success for spelling?
Well, first of all, one thing that I saw that they all have in common was their love for the language. They really, really loved English, and they were very enthusiastic and very excited just to compete. That's the first thing. You have to have the motivation first. Second thing is that they really took this to heart for some reason. I know, like it's a competition, but they really wanted to win, and seeing them like in the hotel reception, revising the words, etc. So first, you have to really be very enthusiastic and excited. Second thing is, I think that can help is reading books. When you read a lot of books, you can, see a lot of new words and how they are spelled. And when you see a word like one time, second time, third time, there's this image of the word and how it's written. I know that it happens to all of us when you write, when you misspell a word in writing, you just see that it doesn't really look correct. And this is because we have, you know, some kind of memory that plays here. Maybe something else is practice, like any other thing. If you want to excel in anything, you have to practice at home with your family, with your friends. And plus it's really fun, especially that, as you said, English, there are some words that are not really obvious to spell. So try to practice reading books and writing. Try to write. Writing is also good. And something else is, how to say, autocorrect on the phone. We all have that. It can help us to get a better spelling, and it also can ruin us. So you have to, know how to use autocorrect, because it really can help with spelling too.
It's very true. And
Yeah.
viewers, if we haven't convinced you yet that spelling is fun, we're going to show you another clip from a U.S. spelling bee, a previous one, of a funny example of spelling. So let's check it out.
Sardoodledum.
Sardoodledum.
That sounds about right. Sardoodledum.
Sardoodle. Is it kind of like kingdom?
I can't quite answer that.
Fine, I'll give it a shot. Sardoodledum. Sardoodledom.
So see, it can be pretty fun to practice your English through spelling. Now, another question, Serene, this was a huge endeavor to organize the spelling bee, especially when those, previously didn't exist in Algeria. How did you explain what a spelling bee is and the rules to everyone?
Well, basically, as I said, I had to look up the rules first because I didn't know all of them. I watched spelling bees before, but I didn't know that, there was so much going on, so much to know. So I tried to read as much as I could. I watched a lot of videos, and of course I asked some of your colleagues at the embassy, because they're Americans and they know better. So that's that. Second thing is, I was lucky to have the help of the American corner coordinators of the 5 wilayas. So I only had to explain the rules and everything to the corner coordinators, and they had to transmit that to the contestants. Something else, I tried to make a very simplified guide for the contestants and for the corner coordinators. And these 2 documents were sent to everyone way before the competition. They were asked to look it up and just read. And of course, they had questions, and I was really glad to answer them. And yeah, that's about it.
That's great. And I know another question that Serene has gotten is, how did you get funding to organize this? So sharing some good news on behalf of the U.S. Embassy is that if you have a project or an idea that you are passionate about starting in Algeria, you can get in touch with the embassy. An easy way to do that is just to contact us on our social media platforms, and then we can send you further information. But we have what's called our annual program statement that's out on our website, and anyone can apply for grant funding for a project or an idea that they have. So if you've got a similar or a different idea of a way to make a difference in Algeria or in your community, we want to get in touch with you. So definitely reach out to us. Another way that you guys make a really big difference at the American Corner Bashar, Serene, is that you guys have an English club. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so for those who don't know about the American space, it's one of the 5 American spaces that exist in Algeria. It was funded in 2018, and we are just a bunch of students and volunteers who are really into English, and they want to devote their time and efforts for the space and for the people of our community. So basically we have sessions, weekly sessions in which we have debates, discussions, we watch movies, we play games, we have interactive activities, and all of this for the sake of practicing English. And one thing that is really interesting is that a lot of people are interested, and a lot of people are interested in learning English in new ways, because I feel like everyone by now is just saturated by having, English classes. Yes, they are beneficial, but sometimes you want to change up things a little bit, you want to have fun, and also to meet people with the same interests, and just a chill place to learn English and have fun at the same time. And just a shout out to all the American spaces in Algeria. They're really doing a great job, and they are devoting a lot of their time and effort for people of their community. So yeah, shout out to everyone.
Ooh. Wadia, do you ever practice your English in an English club? Tell us a little bit about how you practice English.
Well, English, I didn't practice it in clubs, but I have practiced it with Native Americans because, I have some friends in America. We just chatting or we do a video call. And yeah, actually, I didn't go to clubs. I did it by myself. It's not really hard for people who don't go to clubs. You just have, I said it in the competition, you have to be patient, and you need love. You need to love the language you will learn. So when you have that love, you can do the impossible, and you can just, have a good level in this language without going to clubs and without getting direct lessons.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no one method, for our viewers, there's no one method to learn English. There's a lot of different ways. So this is just one tool to keep in mind, is that you can practice and expand your English through spelling, but there's a lot of different ways, and that way it will look different for every individual. If you have any questions about learning English, put it in the chat, and we've got, we can discuss any questions that you've got on your mind today for our viewers. One question that we have from Nina is, can we improve our English through spelling? I thought it was only with writing. What do you guys think?
I think spelling is a great way to enrich your vocabulary, which is one of the first steps to do in learning any language. You have to learn as many words as you can to be able to make sentences and then, conversations. So yes, spelling can help you out because you're basically doing so many things at once. You're learning new vocabulary, how it is written and how it is pronounced, and something else that is extra, you get to know the meaning of the word and sometimes even the origin of the word, which is great. So I really encourage you to be more interested in spelling, and just start off with very easy words that maybe you think that but sometimes we have homonyms, we have so many types of words, and all of these are useful to know when you are learning a foreign language.
Excellent. Viewers, what other questions do you have for Serene and Wadia? Put them in the chat. I think something else that's really impressive is just, at the spelling bees themselves, before and after, the audience was really amazed by everyone's level of English. I mean, really, to me, you guys have an amazing, amazing level. You sound like native speakers. So definitely our viewers should keep this tip as something in mind, as something they can use and to expand their skills, because it is working. A little bit more on it's just advice for people. What else has helped you, expand your levels of English? Do you guys like to watch movies, listen to music?
No, for me now, yes, I was like watching movies, and when I see an episode, I try to, there is words that I don't know before, so I try to respelling it and rewatching the whole episode. And sometimes, there is some episode they are not subtitles, so I have noticed that I barely can watch the episodes without seeing the subtitles. I was very proud about this, and actually, I will not lie to you. I was like in a battle between myself and my teachers, because my teachers was like encouraging me to improve the British accents, but me, I was having the American accent mostly. So now actually I'm between the two accent, trying to upgrade the American and upgrading the British. It was I was expecting to be complex, but it was very fun and very easy. So actually, yeah.
That's really
If I-
fun to practice different accents.
Yeah, if I can add to what Wadia just said, I myself learned most of my English from the Access program, the English Access Micro Scholarship Program, which I'm very grateful for, which is a program that was fully funded by the U.S. Embassy, and it is a program from Word Learning, right? If I'm not mistaken. I am one of the alumni, and a lot of people are very grateful for this program because it taught us a lot about speaking, writing, reading, well, the 4 skills. And something else as a tip that I can give them is to not give up. I know that at the beginning of anything, it might seem very hard to acquire a foreign language, but just be patient. As everyone says, watch a lot of movies, listen to a lot of music, and maybe also take a look at podcasts. Just Google or type on YouTube a theme or a topic that you're interested in. For example, if you are into sports or into, I don't know, the music industry, something, try to watch podcasts according to what you like so that you're having fun at the same time you're learning, and a lot of practice. You cannot learn any language without practicing it. So yeah, try to be surrounded by people who speak that language, not necessarily native speakers, but just friends who are also trying to learn their language. This can also help. And of course, join an American space if you have one in your city.
Yes. And a related question we have is Celia asks to Serene, do you accept people with different English levels in your English club?
Of course, yes. Everybody is welcome in the American space, and it's open not only for university students, it's open for everyone, primary school, middle school, high school, and even graduates who have finished their studies and they just want to improve their English. Everybody's welcome, whether you are a beginner or an advanced English speaker.
That is really great. Thank you. So that's a great opportunity, viewers. If you're in or nearby Bashar, definitely check that out. Otherwise, search for English clubs in your city, in your region, or start your own. You can start small. You can start with a small group and build up from there.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the spelling bee competition, so I want to know, what was the hardest part of it?
Well, now this is a hard question. Well, the spelling bee, it was fun actually, but the hard part was like, when I was me and the girl finalists, that waiting was actually very hard. It was really stressful. Yeah, but we have seen, the soccer match, and it was really fun. All the stress just gone, and so it was actually very good.
That's right, because there's a soccer match the same day.
Yeah. And yes, we watched it, and at the end we just danced, and it was really fun actually.
Well, that's a good secret to success. Some dancing, some de-stressing. Serena, for you, what was the hardest part?
I think I think two things. The first one is that I was the one in charge of making the lists, the word lists for the semifinals and for the finale.
How did you choose?
It was hard. Trust me, it was hard. I had a mental breakdown. I cried a little bit, but then yeah, I gathered myself. Basically, it's very hard to come up with, like, for example, for the semifinals, we went up to 250 words in each category, which is 500 words, which is a lot. So maybe that was the hardest part. And also you have to keep in mind that the words, you have to place them in a very specific order, from very easy to very difficult. And, you know, and you never know, because it's our first time planning this, and we don't know if these words are going to be too easy, are they going to be too hard. And maybe the second most hard or the hardest thing that I had to do is making 38 people fly to Algiers, like the contestants and their parents and corner coordinators, and make sure that everything is fine, you know, and then they're just, you know, happy and satisfied with their trip. But it was totally worth it. Everyone was very grateful. Something that was, I don't know, that makes me smile always is that some of the contestants like had their first time flights. They never been in a plane before. They were all excited. So all these little details were very fun.
And that's just amazing. That's really amazing.
Yeah.
All the work and how it came together.
True.
And then on the other side, what were both of your favorite parts of the competition?
I go first or Serene?
As you want. Go ahead. You're the winner.
Okay, I will go ahead. Actually, I prefer, you know, ladies first, but when you say it, I will go first. So actually, the favorite part of Spelling Bee, in side of winning. The winning was the favorite side of, you know, I like it so much. But the most, you know, favorite time I was living in the Spelling Bee, you know, when I have meet like a very nice people. I met, you know, like Serene, I have made a good friends. Like it was a very good experience. And, you know, we just went to Algiers. It was my first time to go to Algiers. We did a great visit, you know, in the whole Shraga, and we even go to لتحسين. It was really fun actually, and you know, I have to thank, you know, Serene Kitu for programming this spelling bee actually.
You're welcome. Well, for me, I think I agree. The best part, or my most favorite part, is the people. I got to know so many people, the contestants, their parents. You know, we had meals together. We used to have dinner together. We used to, you know, have a great exchange of ideas. And, you know, the people was the best part, meeting new people and just having great memories with them. And we're still chatting till this day. So it's really nice.
Oh, I love it. Making friends through spelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A question from the audience. Amelia asks to Serene, how do you choose the words? Tell us more about where you found that big list of words.
Well, basically, I went to a dictionary. I used Oxford Dictionary, but you can use, you know, whatever trusted dictionary. And you start off with words that you have in mind that you think are easy. You start brainstorming words and checking their spelling. You write them, and then you try to order them according to, you know, how difficult they are. So yeah, you should start off very easy, and you know, and you have to use a dictionary, of course, and you shouldn't misspell the words when you are making the lists, or else it would be very funny.
Important to check.
Yeah.
Did any words surprise you? What was your experience like hearing the words?
Like, you know, when I was learning the words and seeing in the list, I was actually surprised from French words in the list in English. So it was, wow, it was actually very surprising. And I have seen good words I don't know about it. So yeah, it was really fun. But I want to ask Serene, like, about the first list. It was for the adults and young, or just for young, you know?
Well, basically, for those who don't know, for the competition, we had two different categories. We have a categories of adults and a categories for younger people. So we had two different study lists and two different word lists because, of course, if they don't have the same age, so they don't have the same level. So we can say that, you know, all adults had more difficult words, but still the kids were really great. A shout out to Rama from here. All the contestants were great, but Rama was really exceptional. She was like, I guess, I'm not sure about her age, but she was with the kids category, and she was really talented, mashallah. And we really hope to see her next time in the next competition. Yeah.
It will be scheduled the next year, inshallah, or you know.
Well, we still don't know. Inshallah.
For our viewers to start practicing your spelling.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about, you know, what's next for you guys. So we've, you know, talked a lot about your spelling and competing in this. Tell us just a little bit more about yourselves and what's next for you.
Well, for me, I'm a second year PhD student, English PhD student. So I'm really hoping that I can start off working on my thesis. I hope that my supervisor is not watching this. Hi, Mr. Omri. So yeah, my thesis is about the American spaces in Algeria, which is great. And also, we have recently opened a language school here in Bashar. Me and Usama, Yassin, and Najib. They are also volunteers at the American Space, and we recently opened our language school that is called the Polyglot House. This is a free promotion for us, low-key. Yeah, and that's basically, I really hope that we can grow our school and do great things in the American space, and that I can finally, you know, get started in my thesis about the American spaces.
That's wonderful. I think a lot of good inspiration for our viewers and different ideas of things, great ways things that they can do and how ways they can get involved in their communities.
Yeah.
What do you think about you?
Well, actually, I am a first year high school student. So actually, I'm focusing those 3 years to prepare my baccalaureate. I also, you know, I'm always here to upgrade my English. I'm thinking maybe to join a club like our American corner in the University of Missouri. I am also well, I'm also hoping for like doing a little bit hobbies. So I do swimming, and I want to re-practicing my violin skills. I was like a violin player, and then the quarantine just go. So yeah, I lost my skills in violin. So yes, that's my program for now to 5 years from this time. So hope me good luck, because I'm so lazy. You know, I'm so lazy to achieve this program. So
doesn't seem like it.
Thank you.
And then both you and both of our winners were from Constantine, so that is pretty cool. Big shout out to Constantine American Corner.
Yes, actually, Atif was also from Constantine. Like I did a promise for Mrs. Emily Baker. I have told her like, look, our Algerian team won. Inshallah, I will win also, and my Constantine mates will also win. So yeah, Atif shows a big confidence in himself. He was also having great skills in English. From this live, I will like say hello to him, and I will thank him a lot. He was a good friend. He was also a good competitioner, and I say he deserved the win. So yeah. Thank you.
Just really awesome work to both of you guys.
Thank you.
For future competitions, we'll have to see if the pattern continues.
Yeah.
Another question from our audience, Amelia asks, can you tell us more about the rules? How many shots, how many questions can the participants ask about the word? More details about the rules.
Okay, so basically the rules are very strict, but what we try to do is to kind of be a little bit flexible, especially with the kids, and especially that it's the first edition, it's not their native language. But however, for the rules, for example, you go to the stage, the jury gives you the word, and then you have 2 minutes to either spell the word and then close the word. So for example, if the word is rain, so you start spelling it R-A-I-N, and you wrap up the word by saying the word again, rain. So if this is correct, you go to the next round. If not, you are automatically disqualified. So you don't have the right to say the word again. However, you can also ask for the definition or an alternative pronunciation and the origin of the word. And something that is great is also you can ask for the word used in a sentence. And then you can start spelling the word. Something else that we had and was really funny during the finale, and a shout out to Ibrahim from here, is that you have the right to start spelling the word, but if you don't close it, you are able to go back and start spelling it again. So this is also a tricky rule that you have to know. You know, sometimes you're not sure, so you can do it all over again. And yeah, there are a lot of rules, but just make sure to not misspell any word because you'll be disqualified. If you make like one minor mistake, you'll be disqualified.
Wow. So you get one chance, and there's no writing, right? Like you can't write out the word.
Oh, no. You cannot write. But however, something that is interesting a lot of the contestants were doing is that they try to imagine the word here on the palm of their hand and just try to write it like that. It's very useful, but you cannot use any pen or any paper to write, or else it would be too easy. Yeah.
It's pretty fun. And I would say too, to our viewers, to get more of a sense of what practicing spelling through this method is like, what the rules are like, you can check out more videos of U.S. Spelling Bee past winners. These competitions have been happening for years in the United States. So there's lots of fun old videos out there too to see more examples. We're almost at the end of our show today about learning English through spelling. So to close out, Serene, Wadir, would love for, just any advice that you have for our viewers as they continue their own journeys about learning English.
I think they have to have the will first. They have to be very interested, and also they don't have to listen to all the, the critics. There are a lot of people who don't encourage you necessarily. Don't listen to that. Also try to create a big network of people who speak English, because those people are actually going to help you. They're going to influence you, and try to be, as I always say, in the right place. If you hear that there is an event that is interested in English, you go. Don't be intimidated. And there is always like a start for anything. So just have a strong will and join any clubs that you have, or a school or an American space. That would be very, very helpful, and good luck.
Yeah. Actually, my advice was like to have self-confidence, as Serene said. And, you don't have to practice like English and upgrade your level by spelling or by watching movies. Everybody has a way to do it. So, be comfortable for the way you choose, and try to upgrade your level on it. And, don't think about the critics. It's also a very important device. And because if you see any one of us, he started from the point zero. He didn't start from like a higher point or something. So be confident, have confidence in God, and that's it.
Thank you both so much. That's right, viewers. You can do it. So keep working hard. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. And most importantly, just keep practicing. Thank you both so much for your time tonight and telling us all about
Thank you.
your spelling.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Close out. All of our viewers, subscribe to us on YouTube. Click that red button. We have programs like this most Wednesdays. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram to learn about more English language opportunities. Thank you, everyone.